8 games in, 4 wins, 3 draws, 1 defeat, and minus 6 points. Like, I know it's the challenge, but it's quite demoralising. "13 points off safety. 13. This is... okay then. Welcome back to Saving a Derby County, where the saving is continuing. I've wrong Wayne today. No answer. So we'll try tomorrow, because clearly a bit annoyed about that whole hamper thing. Hello then, folks. Welcome back to Saving Derby County with me, DoctorBenjy. FM, good to see you. If you're enjoying the series, leave a little like on it if you want to. And if you don't want to, that's fine. Just enjoy it as normal. But go on, let's see if we can get 10,000 likes. I've got ambitious there. 10,000 of you watch it, so should be easy. So then, you can see from the league table to the left-hand side, we are indeed 8 games in, 4 wins, 3 draws, and 1 defeat, which would, in theory, have us on 15 points and would put us just outside the playoffs. And what a battle that would end up being. But as it is right now, then, we are still bottom of the league. The board are still not giving us any transfer budget for, of course, the January period. So we'll see what happens in December. Hopefully we get a little bit of an increase. I'm still hopeful of promotion based on the current form that we're in, but we are going to have to finish 21 points better off than anyone else would have done. The more I've said it, I should have said it out loud. I'm now realizing that this is stupid and not possible. But we'll see what we can do. That's the big task for us then. Team-wise, we've chopped and changed a little bit. We've had some interesting results as well, actually, recently. A 1-0 defeat to Birmingham after the 1-1 against Forest. A 3-1 win against West Brom, which was really impressive. Tom Lawrence and fly like Max Bird. He made it 3... Well, he actually made it 2-1, and then we scored again late. Daryl DK scored a hilarious goal. Andy Carroll was sent off. It was chaotic, really. I want to show you the Daryl DK goal. I also want to show you the Andy Carroll sending off, because both are nonsensical, really. The goal more so than the sending off, I would say. Now, admittedly, we won this game 3-1, and I'm not going to show you any of the goals that we scored, but this was the Daryl DK effort, which I wasn't overly chuffed with. You see if you can figure out what's happened, because I've watched it back quite a few times, and I'm still not sure. And then the Andy Carroll red card is the biggest non-slide tackle. I'm not sure it's a red, but it's just the size of the challenge is ridiculous. Have you ever seen a slide tackle this big? That's what I'm asking. Initially, right, nowhere near the ball, clearly going for a blocking. The ball goes through his legs. He fouls Nathan Byrne, and Andy Carroll gets sent off for that. Is that unfair? Would VAR have called it that? Andy's furious, and rightly so. Red comes out very quickly, though. A shocking tackle, it was described. It was shocking, but not for the reasons the text commentary thought. So, Sheffield United and Reading were playing today. Then Reading, the team just above us in the league table, of course, they themselves had a 6-point deduction, and they're finding things tough down the bottom as well. Blackpool, though, Cardiff have played 8 and drawn 8. Cardiff have a 0 goal difference. Obviously, they've drawn 8 games, but they've drawn every single game this season. How long can this last? They were preparing for it in pre-season. They've drawn so many matches. Tough to win cup competitions if you're only drawing. Anyway, they're not through in the Carabao. We don't play them for ages, but I know what the result will be. We play them at the end of the season. I hope we need a point. Look at that, just drawing every game. But they and Blackpool haven't won matches so far. Again, we're not really having that problem. Team-wise going into this one then, as I say, we've been rotating around a little bit. Some of the new boys are featured here and there, but this appears to be the lineup that's doing the business. And Tom Lawrence, Wayne said he was like Messi. Wayne wasn't wrong. All stopping goal though. Burns, Stearman and Davis at the back with Buchanan at left back. Love him in there. Max Bird and Thompson next to him. Sibley on one side, Ravel Morrison on the other, with Lawrence behind Plange. I know what you're thinking. You've got players better than Plange. You're probably right, but everyone else seems to play far better in this system. We are still trying to sort of grind out results though, rather than looking really impressive. We're coming off the back of a 2-0 defeat to Rotherham. So yeah, I don't really know how that happened either, but it did, and here we stand. I did rotate around a little bit. I tried to give all the boys that hadn't been playing very much some game time. It backfires quite dramatically. And of course, Jason Knight, who we've sold, but now is making his loan appearances for us. He's slowly getting back to fitness. I can't wait to get him properly involved in the team. Not only that, I've sort of created more of a defensive system. When I say created, I mean I've moved the player from the attacking role to the defensive one. In games where we're playing real good opposition, we are going to switch to that. You may argue this Sheffield United game is one of those. But with the form that Tom Lawrence is in, how can I drop him right now? I can't. So we're going to stick with what we've got right now and do our very best to succeed. Right? Yeah. Now, every game is a bit of an adventure, as you've seen from the game that you missed recently against Reading. No, Birmingham. Who did we play? All I remember is we won 3-1. It's a blur. Well, hang on. What are these two doing here? Where have they come from? Well, that's very bizarre. Started on our touchline and have trundled forward. So Derby wearing the blue today, shooting to begin with from right to left. And here's Ravel Morrison, who so far this year has been quite good. And there's Plange with plan A. Plan A succeeded. I whacked my hand against my microphone. That was foolish. That wasn't plan A. That was plan F, probably. I don't know. Ow. Pain. Plan P. Plan Pain. Plange just scored. I might have broken my finger. I'm fine. Don't worry. It wasn't his hand. Ravel playing the ball forward then. Ravel Morrison to Plange, who left-footed. A lovely finish into the corner of the net. And can I get a doctor? I know it seems ironic. I also don't have one. I don't have one on hand for videos. I don't go just in case. You be ready. Well, for one shot, one goal. It's the only shot in the game so far. It wasn't an amazing chance either, but it was a lovely through ball by Ravel Morrison to give us an opportunity at least. But it was a good finish too, as now Sheffield United then looking to bounce back with Ryan Brewster on that side. We've got to try and hold him up defensively. We actually do really well. And here's the main man, the man of the hour, Tom Lawrence, racing forward with it. He's been really good. Ever since he's been compared to Lionel Messi, he really has improved, as there's Plange, feeding Ravel Morrison, options in the middle. Lovely little turn from Ravel Morrison. There's Tom Lawrence. There's Max Bird. Oh, my word, he flew into a window. All right, so far, look, we've had very limited opportunities, but the chances that we have had have been really good. And Max Bird there, it'll be disappointed. I'm going to praise the boys, though. 1-0 up away from home against Sheffield United. I'm not going to lie to you, viewers. The start to this season has been far better than I'd anticipated. A lot of people had said, like, the Derby starting 11's pretty good, so I'm not that concerned about the early part of the season. I suspect we'll do quite well. It's the second half of the season when I don't know how good my additions have been. Don't need additions. Tom Lawrence is the best player on the planet. It's 2-0 just before half-time, and someone's called an ambulance, but not for us. Look at us fly here. 2-0. Nathan Bird on that side into Sibley, who shouldn't be as good as he is for me, it feels like. Tom Lawrence there, back from Sibley, and a lovely slotted finish from Tom Lawrence. He couldn't really miss. The keeper had committed to the other side and couldn't get back in time. It's 2-0. Look at us. Look at me. I'm so happy. This is so good. I can say it here. Like, I can pump fists. No, I can point. I can outstretch. I'm very happy with what's gone on here. I can't quite see you behind there. Is everything all right? Delighted. And my finger is healing. And you know what? I think the goals of Tom Lawrence are doing it. Sheffield United, though, a very decent outfit with a lot of dangerous players. Ryan Brewster is one of them. And speaking of dangerous players, there's a good job there's a net there. Otherwise, he might have killed the fan behind the goal. Goodness me. It's 2-1. And Sheffield United back in the game. The way we've played so far, I don't really, we're quite early into the season still. I don't know if this is just the controlled way of us playing, because we've got quite a lot of slow players. My idea was we would play quite slow rather than try and play this sort of helter-skelter action. I thought, you know what, keep control of games, stay in games for longer as a result, and then give ourselves a good chance. It's interesting. In this game, Sheffield United, 62% of the ball. This is the least amount of possession we've had in any game this season away at Sheffield United, as Gibbs White is picking it up. We're 71 minutes in. Goldrick looked offside there. They're going to give that, are they? I thought he looked about 3 weeks offside. Is that just legal then, is it? As the ball was played in here, I'm going to go to the sideline camera angle for the replay. I thought he was way off. Maybe this defender, maybe Stearman's playing him on. As the ball goes out there, oh, it's tight with the centre-back there. I think it is Stearman, or Thompson actually, central midfielder Thompson, keeps him on side. And McGoldrick gets the goal. You're going to see it again. Oh, it was tight. I mean, the lines are a fiction. Either way, McGoldrick puts it back in. And the 2-0 lead we had, and again, maybe that was a moment for us to go a bit more defensive, has been ripped away. Craig Forsyth's going to come on for Buchanan. Yellow card, 6 rating. Not really at it. And I think centrally as well, Jason Knight to come in for Max Bird. Probably the move. Max Bird, look, the problem is, I love Max Bird, but if I'm being if reality strikes a moment, I think he's the man that probably loses out to Knight in the future of this team. Look, stay tuned. We don't know for certain. Time's ticking away. I'm in a weird situation here. Sheffield United, obviously one of the better teams in the division. We've now thrown away a 2-0 lead. But at the same time, we do still have a point right now, which we kind of want to cling on to, really. The big news is Cardiff right now losing to Blackburn. Well, I shouldn't have pointed out the whole draw thing. I can only apologise, Cardiff. There's about 2 minutes left to go. I can't see us making any inroads here. I'm going to get Aziz on for Lawrence and just stick him in there. Again, I know I've thrown away a 2-0 lead. I'm now going to sort of consolidate that a little bit into 2 easily monthly loans. No, sorry, that's a advert, isn't it? Regardless, 2-2, we'll take the point and get out of there alive. XG-wise, we arguably had the most of it. Sheffield United, absolutely dominant in terms of possession. Nearly 1,000 passes, goodness me. And they couldn't even beat Derby. Embarrassing. we stayed bottom of the league. Not really news at this stage in the season. Right, next up though, Reading. That's the game we really care about. The side just above us, the side we want to be beating really. Again, both of us in the unfortunate, I guess from a fan side of things, an unfortunate situation of having points deductions, but there's still time. We can both rescue this. I'm just curious here, look, most games we have 55% of the ball, average possession. Sheffield United, one of the only teams, not many above us to be fair, but one of the sides that do end up having more of the ball. And that was that was obvious. Goodness me, they really dominate the game there. I'm just having to flick through here. We're not best at anything, so never mind. All right, 4 days until Reading. We'll make sure these boys are well rested because that is pretty much the 11 that I want to play again. A few of the guys that we could bring into the side, I don't think yet will like gel with everybody else. I'm a big idiot when it comes to that in Football Manager. Sometimes I throw a player in I shouldn't. So learning from mistakes. That's the key here. Learn from the mistakes. But it's lovely to see so many people enjoying the series. I'm sure many of you are concerned when the takeover happened. Well, that's going to make things easier. And, well, not really. Oh, God. The B was out with a facial laceration. Goodness me. Did they collide? They collided. Well, so what we can assume... There's always something. So Ryan Alsop has managed to, I can only assume, kick young Mbiwa in the face and, as a result, twist his ankle and ruin the face of Mbiwa. A facial laceration after a robust challenge. What the... Oh, God. I mean, I'll get him to play through the injury. I don't intend on starting him. The big news is that my starting goalkeeper is out for 3 weeks, which is just great news. Ryan Alsop's going to miss out then. I guess Kelly Roos is going to have to play. It sounds like a kangaroo. Is he Australian? Because that would be, you know, fate in a way, wouldn't it? No, he's Dutch. Sorry, I should have paid attention. Oh, he's been at Derby forever. Okay, so he's played for Derby as well. So it's not like a big surprise him playing. Derby fans, is this good or bad news? I'd like to think a few Derby fans are watching at this point. Hi, sorry for ruining your club a little bit. Now, what am I talking about? So far we're flying. You know, get realistic, Ben. It's going well. All right then, other than the big injury to my goalkeeper, everything else seems okay. Colin Kazim-Richards is coming back as well soon. Again, Stephen Fletcher is worried, I imagine. He's the only man that could be concerned. That 6th place bench spot under threat. Jason Knight's still not quite fit enough to play. Again, we'll make sure these guys, I did do it originally, we're going to do it again. All these boys here need to be available for the under-23s so they can come back. So by the time they come back into the side, again, this is like a bit of a pro tip. If you don't already do this, they're ready and firing by the point at which you need them. Sometimes just having your backup goalkeeper set to be available all the time works quite well as well. Just again, hints and tips with Ben. Welcome to those of you that have been doing this for a decade. Fair enough. All right then, here we go. Now, Kelly Roos, I'm just considering, is he a good sweeper keeper? 8 passing suggests not really. I'm sure it won't come back to hurt us. That's where you play the scary music and then you immediately show a highlight of it exactly doing that. Right, here we go. Derby versus Reading then. This is one of the games this league, this season in fact, I think we have a real chance of winning. Again, they're down there with us, struggling just a little bit. So we both need the win to get into the positive. That's what we're trying to get towards. That should be goal number 1, right? Get out of the negative, get into the positive, and then attack those teams just above us that are probably thinking, well, Derby will go down. No. Derby are rising. I should have called that as a series. Derby are rising. Never mind anything else. Derby are rising. All right, 20 minutes in here. And again, similar to all the other games we've played, it's quite passive as things go right now. But I don't really mind that. Being in games later on is going to be crucial for us. And again, part of the idea of playing a possession-based style of tactic is so that when we have games that are that little bit tougher, we're not overworking ourselves. There's a lot of games in the Championship. I'm very happy to just stay at a certain level, create chances, not press every single team you come up against, keep the ball, make other teams work against us. So far, Reading obviously finding it difficult. Not a shots to their name. The shots we've had, not quite good enough for highlights at the very least. Danny Drinkwater, Tom Ince, John Swift. What is that? This looks like a team that I would have built. Right, our shooting's not being good enough. I'm not going to thrash arms. I'm just going to point the finger at. I'm sort of pointing. I'm sort of doing that. It's a bit like a disco. I'm sort of going. I mean, how would I do it? There's different ways, aren't there? It's sort of. I'm pointing at you. Is that? Oh, whatever. Or I could do it like a bit more laser-esque, isn't it? In that way. How would I do it? Maybe I'm just doing that, you know? And look, if it starts to go, if everyone's, it's a Saturday night at some point, isn't it? We're loving it. I don't point enough, viewers. Do you? I never point, really. I'm more of a traffic warden, you know. It's a bit more like that. Anyway, ball played forwards. Ravel Morrison heads it back. Loves a header, does our Ravel. Ball over the top towards Tom Lawrence. Here he goes. Oh, the boy! Lionel Lawrence has scored again. That was a mouthful. 1-0 Derby. Again, it was threatened in that first half. The pointing, by the way, has paid off. I think I've got a point, viewers. Do you know what I mean? I don't have to point, but I want to. Come on, let's all point. Lovely ball, by the way, from Ravel Morrison. This is what you want to see from him. The missed header from Scott Dan and the vicious finish from Lionel Lawrence. You love to see it. Derby lead against Reading. Praise them for that. You know what? If I could point and praise, I would. Well done, you. Well done, me. I can point at you. I can point at me. And we'll see what happens. I didn't really think of the next bit. Embarrassing that. Should have thought of the whole lyric, really. Well, I've got plenty of time. If you've got any point-based lyrics you want to share, I'll do them tomorrow. Tom Lawrence on it then. Finds the bird. Fly like Max Bird. I mean, is that Scott Dan again? Because he's having a shocker. Plunges in. Plan 2, I should say. Derby 2, Reading 2. Plan J. He just scores. I don't know what it is. He loves it when the lights are on. I think he performs for you lot. He performs for the fans. I'm a huge fan of it. By the way, this video, you can see a lot of Manscaped around the edges. This video is not sponsored by Manscaped. Tomorrow's one is. So just letting you know, really. Did you get your Skillshare thing yesterday? Just look, first 1,000 people get a free month. You might as well just do it. All right, 22 minutes to go, and Buchanan finds Thompson in midfield. And this is what I'm saying, right? We brought in some players that on the surface make us far better. Ravel Morrison goes for goal. Great save by Southwood. What's good about this as well is that Rose hasn't been I'm doing that now. Hasn't been tested yet, which is perfect for us. We don't really want him to be. So far so good. Tom Lawrence with the ball played in towards the very centre of the area. I haven't actually got a corner tactic set at the moment. I just thought we'd figure it out. I don't know if we've got any aerial threats. Curtis Davis, I think, is quite a big lad. Maybe we'll give him a go. 79 minutes gone, though. Everything looking pretty good. 2-0, dangerous scoreline. Not one of my preferred ones. Asaidi is going to come on for Sibley on the right-hand side. And I don't know if I want to change anything else, really. I think getting Jason Knight and Aziz playing, that could end up being our midfield too. So bringing them on now and again, getting them that match fitness as well as the under 23 games would be perfect. To get a point against Sheffield United here, and now to beat Reading would be great, he says nervously with 4.5 minutes to go. Ball played up though. Richard Stearman's there. He's my Scott Dan, basically. Ball to Tom Lawrence into Asaidi, who's not played in England for quite some time. Nathan Byrne now racing down that right-hand side. 3 options in the penalty area. If he can find one, he can just about. Ravel Morrison puts it home. Great work from Nathan Byrne and Ravel Morrison as he does a roly-poly, which you always see players do in real life. All the time. They're always doing gymnastics. Do you know what? You don't see enough of that now, do you? You don't see enough gymnastics in football celebrations. It's annoying. Last chance, by the way. Lionel Lawrence, puts it in. It's cleared away. I mean, if Reading wants to have one shot at this, then, I mean, they're more than welcome to. I think we might win the game regardless. They're racing forward, though. Ajaria is doing a really fine job. The Reading players are bursting forward. This is their moment. This is their They've given it to Ravel Morrison. Here we go. Maybe there's going to be a fourth for us. It'd be our most impressive victory of the season if we can get it. But I think even 3-0 might be, actually. We've got to think about it. Ball played forward again. Junior Hoylett. I really did. You look at the players in this side. I really did build it. Shot on goal. Is that their first? Don't tell me that's their first shot on goal. Joa scores it. I can't quite see. It's not clear. That is their... Is that? No, it's not. They've had 5 shots, 4 on target. So don't worry, everyone, because I know you were panicking. But there we go then. Derby 3, Reading 1. Now, how does the league table look? How far off this are we now? All right, you can see it there. Reading in an unreadable pink-purple text thing there. You can see -2. So we are 10 points off Bristol City. This is on the rise of Derby. What I would love, viewers, is you say, let's continue one more time so I can show you what I mean. I really want, because if you look at it, right, on the past positions, right now, you can see there, after 10 games, I want this to go as high as it possibly can. And I want to aim for about 8th-ish, 7th-ish. If by the end of the season we're talking about the playoffs, my God. Tom Lawrence is the best player in the division. And Wayne Rooney, he was right to like him. It doesn't say that Tom Lawrence likes Wayne. Does Wayne like Tom? Wayne, do you like Tom? Tom Lawrence, player. And Tom doesn't give a shit. Come on, Wayne. Oh, favourite clubs, Derby County. Oh God, this is embarrassing. All right, I can't worry about it. I cannot worry about it. I mean, it's been a few weeks, Wayne. No, still doesn't want it. Fair enough, Wayne. Fair enough. Right then, that concludes today then. Next episode will probably be maybe that Bournemouth-Fulham double. That could be very spicy. Two sides at the very top of the championship. The two sides likely to probably be promoted. How will we fare against them? That's what we'll find out tomorrow. I'm excited to see. And by the next time we meet, viewers, we might even be out of the relegation zone. I'm hoping, rather than being certain now. I don't know. I've got no idea. But as I said at the start of today's episode, if you're enjoying it, do leave a like on the video. If you want to see more, make sure you are subscribed as well. Thank you for watching. I hope you're enjoying it. And I'll see you again tomorrow for a little bit more of this. Take care, everybody. Goodbye.